The Michigan Horse Council held its annual lobby day at the state capitol lawn this week. The event is a chance for members to saddle up and talk to lawmakers and legislative staff about a sector of Michigan's agriculture industry that is sometimes overlooked. Top of mind for the industry is legislation that would create the Michigan Equine Promotion Act and the Michigan Equine Commission.
It would be an 11-member commission of people nominated by the horse industry and appointed by the governor to manage the funds in that checkoff program. This is not all that different than what has occurred in a lot of the other commodities, both animal and grain and fruit commodities in the state of Michigan. It has never been attempted in the state. So we're at the point now where the legislation has been written, it has been introduced, but it has not gone any further than committee at this point.
Money would be generated through proposed assessments of $5 per ton of formulated horse feed sold in Michigan and $3 per Coggins test administered in the state.
I did some calculations. If you take an average 1,000-pound horse that is active and is consuming about 25% of its diet as formulated feed, which is a fairly substantial amount of feed, that horse on an annual basis and having one Coggins test would provide $7.50 as an assessment to the fund.
Assessments are completely refundable for those who may wish to opt out of participating. The assessment will be collected by veterinarians and feed manufacturers, which could force them to upgrade their accounting software to do so. If that's the case, the legislation allows them to withhold a small portion of the assessment for the first 2 years of the program to cover that cost. Shealy says other states like North Carolina and Kentucky have benefited from the establishment of similar commissions. He believes there are a number of different ways this fund could support Michigan's equine industry.
It should be used, one, in educational programs, both for people within the industry and for people in communities where horses become an extremely important part of the economy of that community. The idea that we can develop and help with things like expanding trails and supporting trails and helping with educational programs for youth. All of those sorts of things are within the purview of this committee. Beyond that, research which is associated to those ends or with those ends is also an appropriate use of funding.